Hello everybody, my name is Muhammad Anisha Romi. Today I will speak to you about batik. We all know batik is Indonesian culture from Java. We wear it everywhere, we will attend it, we wear it everywhere, we will attend important events, such marriage of official meetings with that. So batik is a prelocal cloth that is made specifically by writing or putting malam on the cloth. The processing in a certain way that has special characteristic in Indonesian batik. By UNESCO, has been designated as a human heritage for oral and non-cultural heritage in October 2nd, 2009. So etymology, the word batik comes from the Javanese language batik. From the word amba means white, broad cloth, and point means automatic. Verb in Japanese means to make a point. And then develops them in term batik. Batik also has understanding of everything as related to making certain point on more cloth. In Japanese, batik written in batik, referring to the Japanese letter ta, which indicates that batik is a series of dots make up a particular picture. Batik is very synonymous with the technique or process. The process of it, depending on the motif, cloth using the process of extrusion, namely scratching the malam with wax, which placed on the container, colored canting and stack. So the history of batik technique. The art of fabric coloring with coloring techniques using the knife or candle is one of the ancient art forms. Discovery in Egypt shows that this technique has been known since 4th century BC, with discovery of mummy wrapping cloth, which is also combined with the knife from the pattern. In Asia, batik-like techniques were also applied in China during the Tang Dynasty, and in India and Japan during the Nara period. In Africa, the batik is used in Yoruba tribe in Nigeria. In Indonesia, batik is believed to be exist since the Majapahit era and become very popular at the end of 7th century. The 19th century, the batik produced was all written batik until the beginning of 20th century. The known batik was known after World War I, around World War I. Batik comes from the Javanese language. The presence of batik in Java itself is not recorded. The technique of batik is might be introduced from Sri Lanka on 6th or 7th century. The batik is reported have been known by G.P. Refer since 12th century in Kediri, East Java. He concluded that a pattern like this could only be formed using a chanting tool. So he argued that chanting was found in Java in the surrounding period. Fabric carving details resembling batik patterns are worn by Panja Nirta, the goddess statue of Buddhist of wisdom for the 13th century in East Java. In the 17th century, Malay literature Sultanatus Salatin tells that Admiral Hang Nadim, who was ordered by Sultan Mahmud to sail to India to get 140 pieces of littered fabric with a pattern of 40 types of flower on each sheet, but unfortunately he was unable to fulfill his order because his ship is sank. In the European literature, the batik technique was foretold in the book History of Java in London 1817, written by Sir Thomas Stamford Raffles. Once the government of Java During the Napoleon's occupation of the Netherlands in 1873, a Dutch merchant Van Riebeeck Forsell gave a piece of batik which he obtained during the visit to Indonesia to the Ethnic Museum in the Rotterdam, and at the beginning of the 19th century, batik began to reach its golden era. When exhibited at the Exposition Universelle in Paris in 1900, Indonesia batik was fascinated by the public and artists. Since the industrialization and globalization, which introduced automation techniques, new types of batik have emerged, known as stamp batik and printed batik, while traditional batik produced with handwriting. These techniques use machine or stamp, so it become faster. Batik culture in batik is a craft that has highly artistic value that has been a part of Indonesian, especially Javanese culture for a long time. Javanese women in the past made their skill batik as a livelihood, so that in the past batik work was the exclusive work of women until the discovery of batik, stamp batik, which enabled the entry of men into this field. Batik tradition was originally a hereditary tradition, so sometimes motif can be identified from a particular family batik. Some batik may indicate the status of a person. Even today, some traditional batik motifs are only used by the family of Yogyakarta and Surakarta places. Batik style. Various batik style and colors batik are influenced by various foreign influence. Initially, batik had a variety of colors and colors that were limited, and some styles could only be worn by certain groups. But coastal batik asserted various external influence, such as foreign traders and also ultimately invaders. Bright colors like red were popularized by the Chinese, who also popularized Phoenix patterns. The European colonists who took an interest in batik, and the result was pattern of flowers which were previously unknown, such as tulips, and also objects carried by invaders, including building and horse carriage, including their favorite colors such as blue. Traditional batik retains its style and its use in traditional ceremonies because usually each style has its own symbol. Ways of making. Originally, batik was made on white material made of cotton called mori cloth. Today, batik is also made on other materials such as silk, polyester, rayon, and other synthetic materials. Batik motifs are formed with liquid wax using a tool called a canting for fine motifs or brushes for a large motif, so that the liquid wax seeps into the fibers. Fabrics that has been painted with wax are then dyed with desired colors. Usually starting with young colors, dyeing is then done for other motifs with an older, darker color. After several coloring process, the cloth has been batik is dipped in chemical to dissolve the wax. So there are many types of batik according techniques. The cloth decorated texture pattern using hands, kalau batik tangan. It approximately takes 2 to 3 months. The stamp batik is a fabric decorated with batik texture pattern formed with a stamp, usually made by from copper. The process of making this type of batik is fast, is approximately 2 to 3 days. So there are also types of batik from the origin of the place they come from, such as batik Solo, batik Jawa Tengah, batik Betawi, and such and such. So here are the examples of batiks. This batik is very common it, people. Okay, so this is one of batik with unusual pattern. This is from batik use sea creatures as their pattern. This is one of the okay. So today, so this is the end of my speech. So today, you learn what is batik, you learn how important it is, and you learn how about the people and the history. You all know batik is an art, batik is our heritage, but batik is our identity. Batik it is so it is our duty to preserve. Thank you everybody. Thank you for listening. Thank you for attention.